Trump is going where he said he would, loudly, brazenly, and for the second time. He's not overreaching, he's delivering.
I put the motion before the House. This House believes that Trump has gone too far. And opening the case for the proposition is Anya Trafimovia, the librarian, St. John's College.
I yield the chair to Mina Malalam, Chief of Staff. This House believes that Trump has gone too far. Trump has tanked the American economy with a $2.4 trillion deficit. But side opposition will tell you that Trump has not gone too far. Trump is gutting the global economy, but their side will tell you that Trump has not gone too far. Trump has ruined NATO. Trump has slashed global aid. Trump has all but abolished the rule of law. But the opposition will still tell you that he has not gone too far. Trump has deported American citizens to camps without fair trial. But the opposition will still tell you he has not gone too far. Trump's budget will deny 14 million American citizens health care. Would 15 million be too far? Would 30? This is just year one. But no, still the opposition will tell you Trump has not gone too far. Trump is intent on relegating women to second-class citizens. Trump wants to end free speech as we know it. He is bankrolling Israel's Gaza genocide, and he's cozied up to Putin while throwing Ukraine under the bus. And Trump single-handedly has set the history profession back God knows how many years by proving the great man theory of history right. As the single most destructive individual of the 21st century. But no.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete...
Trump hasn't gone too far. The noble Charlie Kirk will tell you Trump is not ambitious. If it was so, it is a grievous fault, and grievously has Trump. Answered it. I speak not to disprove what Kirk will say, but I am here to speak what I do know. Many Americans voted for Trump, and not without cause. America is in crisis. It is a democracy dictated by corporate interests, by disillusionment and disarray. But Trump is not the solution. In only 100 days, he has not only gone too far, he has taken steps to fundamentally unravel the Constitution of the Founding Fathers. Paralyze the courts, and send the world lurching towards financial ruin. He has slashed US aid by 62%, leaving key humanitarian operations in Somalia, Haiti, and Myanmar adrift. At 3.8%, Trump has about as much hope of controlling inflation levels as he does trying to rein in his own inflated ego. In only 100 days, the Trump family's net worth has increased $3 billion. That's about $1 billion a month since the time he took office. In that same amount of time, Trump has only signed 5 bills into law, marking the single worst performance to a start of a president's term in more than a century. The only thing that Trump has not gone quite far enough in is fashion. If you're going to use the fascist playbook, you might at least get Hugo Boss to design your MAGA hats. Madam President, thank you for the incredible honor of speaking in this debate tonight. I'm glad to see you hosting a debate on a president that has gone too far. Although you yourself haven't tried to force through rules reforms in the House, appoint over 50 of your friends to committee as Nepo babies, or strike half of the union's electoral officials. which, in my opinion, shows that you clearly haven't gone far enough. That being said, you still have over 4 weeks left in office, and I'm incredibly excited to see where you will go from here. On a more serious note, I'm excited and happy to see that members of the Union, unlike our counterparts in America, are more comfortable with electing a highly qualified woman to the most senior office in this society. I hope that any American friends in the audience tonight are taking notes. On the subject of guests, those with an observant eye will have seen in the term card that Nayib Bukele, President of El Salvador, will be paying us a visit later in the term. I hope that the president will ask him about his recent illegal incarceration of American citizens. At the instruction of his American sugar daddy, who's currently pigging it out in his $400 million palace in the sky. Sorry, I meant gift of a jet from Qatar.
Our future is to reach for the stars. We will rebuild civilization.
Just yesterday, the USA was downgraded from its last AAA credit rating, with Moody's citing insurmountable concerns about fiscal debt and tax cut legislation. Getting an A, I should explain, Charlie, is something that you do in school. And I'd like at this point to apologize to my dear tutor, Dr. Laura Smith, who is speaking also on side proposition. I promise that you will have the essay next week. I've been a little too caught up in writing this speech. Actually, if there is any chance of changing the topic to Trump's America, I might have the essay half written. In 100 days, and by fiat alone, Trump has signed 70 executive orders. And pardoned over 70 individuals convicted for the January 6th insurrection. He has rolled out and then rolled back in tariffs on over 90 countries. They say that the past repeats itself, but it seems that backsliding into the authoritarianism of the 1930s has come a decade early. To say he has not gone too far, as the opposition must, is to say that any one of the individually unacceptable acts, of which there are too many to list, are actually acceptable and more than this, good. A vote for the opposition is a vote that it is good to storm Congress, to bribe escorts. It's a vote for a president who won't rule out the possibility of running for a third term because it is, quote, too early to think about. All the while making the lives of ordinary people immeasurably worse. Actually, it is measurably worse. Under Trump, you can be thousands of dollars poorer. Trump appointed Elon Musk to run Doge. Musk, a man that thinks that grass is something you smoke, and who thinks that a meme is when you cut 30 million people's pensions. After the neo-Nazi Charlottesville riot, Trump famously said that there are some very fine people on both sides. A sentiment that he clearly took to heart in appointing Elon. A man whose love of throwing Roman salutes is second only to his self-proclaimed love of ketamine. But then perhaps Trump and Elon is just the ultimate story of male friendship. After buying Twitter because he didn't have any real-life friends, Musk with Twitter can join Trump with Truth Social in the enviable company of probably not a lizard, Mark Zuckerberg. and in the I Own My Own Social Media Club. Now, Charlie, I'm sorry you got left out here, but I don't think that having kids pretend to be MAGA youth for Instagram Reels quite cuts it. Trump is not just corrupt, not just a moral vacuum, but he is an ego out of control. He's a danger to himself and to others. He's authoritarian and impulsive. Now, it's a bit rich for the Union, with its recent leadership, to talk of presidents being authoritarian and impulsive. That being said, perhaps America could take a leaf out of the Union's playbook and try removing their president, even the ones that have been democratically elected. If you don't think that Trump has gone too far, at what point would you say that he has crossed the Rubicon? If your neighbor is deported in the middle of the night, probably killed, if books are burned, if there is martial law on the streets, if your sister isn't allowed to go to high school. Go on, Trump, go for the Gilead. Trump's whirlwind blitzkrieg of abuse in only 100 days spells a dark future for us all. I fear not only for America, but for the rest of the world. So vote. And vote for the proposition, and as you vote, enjoy doing it. Because in America, in a few years' time, at this current trajectory, you probably won't have such a luxury. Thank you so much.
I now look to Serene Singh, Christchurch College, to continue the case for the proposition.
As an American, I grew up on Disney, classic family entertainment. However, one character always fascinated me. It wasn't Mickey or Goofy, no, it was Donald Duck. Yeah, that Donald Duck, that cartoon duck with the temper so bad that even my uncle at Thanksgiving looked like a saint. But every time Donald tries, now in one episode, let me tell you about what Donald Duck did. I remember this very vividly. You see, Donald Duck was trying to fix up his old beat-up car. But every time Donald tries to start that car, the engine backfires. The horn blasts, doors are flying open, the steering wheel's wobbling, smoke's billowing out. But what does Donald do? Does he stop and fix the thing? No way. He slams the gas pedal harder and harder. No brakes, no pit stop, no mechanic in sight. Just pedal to the metal, baby. As a kid, I watched an angry duck stomp around, shouting nonsense, and driving his little cartoon car into walls. I thought I'd left Donald behind when I grew up. But little did I know we'd have another Donald doing the exact same thing. Every time he breaks something,